Hello everyone, welcome back to some more of our Pathfinder series. I guess we are going to just go walk around the inn here and talk to Anivia. Hey, wait, mind if I bend your ear about something? Anivia's outside your door, leaning casually against the shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Beth gave you a crucial mission. I get that, and I know you'll get the job done. I saw you in action, but here's the rub. By sending you out on an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. If they come at us while you're gone, I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. I mean, everything seems clear so far. What else do you wish to discuss? So, the rift that damned beetle left with its scythe. Wait. So, the rift that damned beetle left with its scythe... Okay, yeah, well, it cut the city into two, and it's kind of difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them tried to make sure. But if you've got a mind to go across, I think you're going to have to eventually. You might want to give the square once over. Alright. Do you want me to stay here and guard the tavern? You? What? No. Your task is far too important. You can't just hole up here like a... all cozy like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. We need to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on this place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you leg it back here, alright? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to an ash pile. Okay. When do you think the demons will attack next? Your guess is as good as mine. It might not be here. They could attack the whole damn city. Those vermin know they've lost the upper hand and that we're going to push them back hard. If things kick off here, you should know. After they attack, some things could be changed beyond recognition. Wait, what? So if you got any business that needs taken care of, you better do it soon. Okay, thanks for the warning. Is some shit about to go down again?
Watch out for trouble.
Staunton? The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there, in the Grey Garrison. Name's Staunton Vane, if you've heard rumors about me. His face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. Look, I need to talk to that elf who calls himself the Storyteller. The Storyteller? Staunton strokes his beard in thought. Strange old fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, he just listened. At first, I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind, and feeble too, so if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library. Here, I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there all day and night. I think I know what people say about you, but I'll ask. They say that I'm a traitor, as bad as Erelu Vorlesh. Crusader? A Sarkorian witch who initiated the opening of the World Wound. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. That I'm a disgrace, even among the ranks of the condemned. Military unit made up of petty criminals conscripted as disposable soldiers and frontline fodder. Damn. That Queen Galfrey should never have spared me. That I belong on the gallows. I think we know why... Well, okay. You really don't know? Staunton gives you a long, morose look and sighs. I mean, I was there. I know why. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the World Wound, instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold in the Wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, and all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done. So that's how I live. Decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. As you can see, I have fixed nothing, and I have earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. Well, spit in the face. We'll go with our alignment. You were given a chance to live. So live. Stop blaming others for what you've made of your life. Do you think you're the first to come to me with sermons? The dwarf shrugs indifferently. So how did the city fall? What do you mean, how? The knight glares at you from beneath his furrowed brows. If you don't trust the word of a condemned, go ask somebody else, like my little brother Joran. And if you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1000th time, don't. Well, surely you've paid your penance by now. That's not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment, and then in a trembling voice he adds, the condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I have prayed to Torag for forgiveness. Countless times I've gone to his priests. Countless times I've kneeled before his altar. If only the father of dwarven kind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I am still one of his children. But it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? Alright, listen, I gotta go. We're bringing down the house, okay? Crusader? Camellia? Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone amulet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that the girl wants to say something else, but the pause grows too long and she slips back into cautious silence. So, tell me about yourself. You want to know more about me than you already do? Why? Camellia arches a dainty brow. I talk to the spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? So, where'd you learn to wield that rapier? I had good teachers. Although they don't get all the credit, I am a most diligent student. And what about the amulet? Ah, my little trinket. So nice of you to notice, but I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Anyway, as much as I enjoy our delightful conversations, the spirits are calling me and I must respond. Okay. Uh-huh. I see. Horgas? Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgas Squirm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, Horgas looks at you with unvarnished disapproval, his arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that will be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What do you mean a job for someone like me? For an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter. Or do you think you're somehow different? A traveling knight, perhaps. Noble of heart, but without a coin to your name? Horgas sizes you up critically, then sighs and shrugs. You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So why should I care what you do with the money once you've got it? Oh, Horgas seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Kenebris. I still have... well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in a wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside it one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what happened there since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me in my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they did no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors. That's what they are. Also, please, do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth, after all. Jesus. I see. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I'd ask that you refrain from such statements in the future. Oh really? How impudent! No one dares No one dares tell Horgas Squirm how to address the rabble. This motherfucker. What kind of reward? 1,000 gold coins. Diplomacy 23? Oh, man. That's a little tougher of a roll. Double the reward. Yeah, right. For that kind of money, I could hire Queen Galfrey herself to guard me. 1,000 is my final offer. Alright. Marvelous. Most excellent. Horgas' face relaxes, smoothing a few tense lines. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. But do hurry, unless you want me to lower your reward. Okay. Who's this guy? Gimel Hawks. A strange figure towers over the bar. A huge, ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equal parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hand looks dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those callous fingers would be enough to crush it. A golden medallion engraved with a tankard gleams around his neck. What'll it be? I passed a lore religion check. The medallion you're wearing. That's a sacred symbol, isn't it? Are you a cleric of Kalian? I'm a tavern keeper. Best in the city. The best there's ever been. And I pray to the best god there is. I gained an experience. Show me what you have. Okay. Bulk selling. How much money does this guy have? Do they have infinite money? I hope they have infinite money. I'm assuming they have infinite money. Okay, because I need to sell... Oops, maybe not that. Well, we'll see. Weapons. We have a whole bunch of Masterworks. The Masterworks all, you can't go wrong. Masterwork longbow, longbow. I need to get these things identified. Masterwork Bardich or whatever. Yeah, no, sell that. Sell the Falcata. 17 Masterwork glaives. I'll keep the scrolls. So that's 4,000. Gloves of the Neophyte. Whenever the wearer of these gloves casts a cantrip or a first level spell, that spell deals 1 additional point of damage per die rolled. Interesting. Dark Omen. Okay. Well, I need to find someone to identify my stuff. Oh! You identified my stuff. Or I did. Either the barkeep did or I did. Alright, enhancement +1. Whenever this +1 glaive lands a hit on a new enemy for the first time, the target receives 1d6 negative damage, and all other enemies in a 15 feet radius must pass a will save, DC 17, or become frightened? Shit. Can I use that? I know I have, Weapon Mastery Longspear, but like... Jesus. Flow of Water. This ring grants the wearer a +1 bonus on saving throws against spells with Cold Descriptor and adds +1 to the DC for all saving throws against spells with Cold Descriptor. Ring of Protection +1. Deflection bonus +1. Okay. And then Amulet of Natural Armor. Okay. Does not stack with other amulets. Okay. Okay. We'll sell these. That's a spicy pastry. A comprehensive guide to cooking a tasty dish. I'll buy that. And then we should probably buy some potions. At least that much. Okay, deal. Alright. Now I guess I can level everybody up. Alright, so Masterwork Glaive. Yeah, because this is still a reach weapon, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that seems pretty okay. Alright, and then for Sela, so this is a +1 deflection bonus, and then this is a +1 natural armor bonus. Does she have natural armor on right now? No way. With other... Oh, she has bark skin on still. Okay. Well, normally she won't have bark skin on. So this will bring her to a 20... Well, let me see. A 24. Because bark skin is a +2. And then this is a bonus on saving throws against spells with cold descriptor. Sure, wear that for right now. That seems okay. And then levels. Lon, Zen Archer. Features in a... Okay, so we get a key... Wait, whoa. You found a new recipe, spicy pastry. You have found a new recipe. To learn it, right-click it in your inventory and choose the memorize option. Different recipes require different ingredients and dishes cooked. Grant special bonuses. Let me just do that right now. So don't forget. Wait, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Alright. Lon, key pool. At 3rd level, a monk gains a pool of key points, supernatural energy he can use to accomplish amazing feats. The number of points in a monk's key pool is equal to half his monk level plus his wisdom modifier. As long as he has at least 1 point in his key pool, he can make a key strike. At 3rd level, a key strike allows his unarmed attacks to be treated as magic weapons. Well... Plus an enhancement bonus to his base speed. A monk in armor or carrying a medium or heavy load loses this. At 3rd level, a Zen Archer gains Point Blank Master as a bonus feat, even if he does not meet the prerequisites. Point Blank Master? I don't know what that is. I guess we'll find out. At 3rd level, a Zen Archer may use his Wisdom modifier instead of his Dexterity modifier in ranged attack rolls when using a bow. Interesting. Okay, Athletics. Lore of Nature. Perception. Deadly Aim. You can choose to take a -1 penalty on ranged attack rolls and get a +2 on their damage rolls. It's not bad. Skill focus, toughness. Yeah, okay. Deadly Aim, sure. That seems okay. And then Point Blank Master. What is this? Choose one type of ranged weapon. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity when firing the selected weapon while threatened. Using a ranged weapon while you are threatened normally grants people attacks of opportunity. Okay. I guess longbow? Interesting. Didn't know that was a thing. By spending 1 point in the key pool as a swift action, a monk can make one additional unarmed strike at its highest attack bonus. I'm assuming that you can also, as a Zen Archer, use your key power for additional ranged attacks? I'm guessing? Alright, Camellia. Shaman Spirit Hunter. Keep that trickery up. I don't know. Maybe just do a little bit of stealth. I mean, I'm probably never really going to use stealth, though. I hardly ever do. Knowledge World, I don't know. Point blank shot, no. Weapon focus, we could. Combat casting. You get a +4 bonus on concentration checks made to cast a spell or use a spell-like ability. Defensive combat training. You excel at defending yourself from all manner of combat maneuvers. Alright, no. +2 bonus on trickery and use magic device skill checks. When you successfully make a targeted dispel check against the opponent now. +2 bonus on saving throws against illusion spells and effects, and a +2 bonus to use magic device. No. Elemental focus? You possess the elven magic racial trait of the elves, granting you a +2 racial bonus on caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance. In addition, you receive +2 racial bonus to knowledge arcana. We do need knowledge arcana, actually. DC of enchantment spells you cast increases by 1. Ah, the meta magic feats. What's Piranha Strike? When wielding a light weapon or any other weapon that can be used with weapon finesse, you can choose to take a -1 penalty on melee attack rolls. Oh, and then, so this is the power attack, but for finesse. This bonus to damage is halved if you are making an attack with an offhand weapon or secondary natural weapon. When your base attack bonus reaches +4, and for every 4 points thereafter, the penalty increases by -1, and the bonus increases by an additional +2. Okay. There's that Precise Strike. So we just, you know what? I may actually do Precise Strike. Oh, Spell Focus. Spell Penetration. Damn. Warrior Priest. You know what? Let me do Precise Strike. So that means her and I will have, you know, +1 d6 points of damage always. I think that's okay. And then we learned a whole bunch of new spells that we're going to need to memorize. So let's actually do that right now. Okay, so if we go to first level, we still only know 3. Okay. Second level, I guess our spirit magic slot is Bull Strength. Okay. And then 2 level 2s. What enchantment spells do we have? Nothing. Summon. Barkskin. Aid. Aid grants a target +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saves against fear effects, and 1d8 plus caster level temporary hit points. I mean, it's hard not to do, like, you know, just a cure moderate wounds, because, like, it's pretty good. You harness the power of Unlife to grant yourself a limited ability to avoid death. While this spell is in effect, you gain temporary hit points equal to 1d10 plus 1 per caster level. I mean, the thing is, like, all of these have a purpose. It's just, like, Cure Moderate Wounds is... it's just generally great. Hold person... oh, hold person is enchantment. Difficulty class 15. We'll save. Yeah. Yeah, just keep doing that. Okay, and then... oh. Sela. Aura of Courage. At third level, a paladin is immune to fear, magical or otherwise. Each ally within 10 feet gains a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against fear. Hell yeah. At third level, the paladin is immune to all diseases, including supernatural and magical, including mummy rot. At third level, every 3 levels thereafter, a paladin can select 1 mercy. Each mercy adds an effect to the paladin's Lay on Hands ability. Whenever the paladin uses Lay on Hands to heal damage to 1 target, the target also receives an additional effect from all the mercies possessed by the paladin. Interesting. I'm not familiar with these. We'll do... let me do Lore Knowledge Arcana, because we need some Arcana up in here. So thank you, Sela. Armor Focus. Get a +1 to heavy armor to raise their armor even higher. Maybe. Extra Lay on Hands. 2 additional times per day. You gain 1 skill point per level. +2 bonus on Fortitude. Resist mind affecting. Oh man, again, they're all pretty cool. You must be using a shield to use this feat. Once per round when you would normally be hit with an attack from a ranged weapon, not including a spell effect, natural attack, or massive ranged weapons. You may deflect it so you take no damage, as if you had the deflect arrows feat. You must be aware of the attack and not flat-footed. That's also kind of neat. You become proficient with tower shields. Wouldn't be bad. Hmm. No meta magic for you. Not, at least not yet. Extra lay on hands is very, like, yeah. Armor focus gets a +1 AC. Oh man, I don't know. I guess armor focus. Let's just do armor focus. Heavy armor. Alright, Mercy. Whenever the paladin uses lay on hands to heal damage to one target, the target is no longer fatigued. Whenever the paladin uses lay on hands to heal damage, they're no longer shaken or sickened. Let's do fatigued. Alright. Was there anything else for you? Any news in the city? There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. Any places worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people will usually stay well away from, then there are plenty, like the Pitoxian wine cellar. Brigands from their neighbor to the north, Brevoy, who sought sanctuary amid the forests of the River Kingdoms. Oh, Pitax. I remember Pitax. It once belonged to a Pitaxian trading house. Then King Euroveti came to power in Pitax, and property started changing hands. Soon after, the seller's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of them, mind, just his head. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street, and they ended up on the gallows. Then King Euroveti's numbers was up, so now the store stands empty and unclaimed. Okay. Okay. I have to go. Thank you. Who's in here? Survivor, noble survivor. Who are you? You're named. A young man in a well-worn traveling clothes and a simple wooden symbol of Aristil on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I am Journal, servant of Aristil. Pleased to meet you. I could use the help of a cleric. Makes a helpless gesture. Aristil knows I'd be glad to help you, but it is no use. My spells are depleted, and I have no training in potions or scrolls. See this robe I'm cutting up for bandages? It's the second to last one. What are you doing? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me as yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. But there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. It was a pleasure to meet you. It's a pity we can't stop and talk over a cup of tea, or maybe something stronger, but this isn't the time. Do you know what's funny? I was only supposed to be making a short stop in Kinabres. I was sailing down Old Man Sellin on a boat bound for a small village by the name of Chili Creek. Once we've held Kinabres, I'll be going there. If by the grace of the good gods we all survive this, you should come and visit me sometime. You'll find the village here on the bank of the river. Okay. Wait for the liberation of Kinabres. Alright. We got a basement. Eagle Watch Crusader. Foreign Autumn Haze. A tall, fragile-looking elf sits in front of you, eyes closed. He is pale as a ghost, his arm wrapped in a blood-stained bandage. You spot other bandages on his body under his clothes, but even in such a miserable state, he manages to keep calm. Raising his eyes to meet yours, he says faintly, I am Foreign Autumn Haze, at your service. His pale lips are reddened by blood, but you see no signs of pain or fear in his eyes. Do you need help? After giving you a cold, intense look, he shakes his head. Do not trouble yourself on my behalf. A local healer tended to me. Besides, I come from a resilient, hardy people. My body will endure both the wounds and the poison delivered through them. Listen, I'm Tokshin. You can trust me. I might be able to help you. After a brief pause, Forn says, it would be impolite to refuse such a direct and friendly offer. Who's your quarry here? Okay, I guess they're a bounty hunter. I was hunting a fugitive, a Descarite by the name of Kelissa. It pains me to admit that there are heinous malefactors such as her among my noble kind. I managed to catch up to her in Kinabras, and I wounded her. Then demons appeared, and the city was engulfed in flames. I was injured in the battle that ensued and couldn't free your soul from its service to a dark masters. He expresses no anger or hatred. Only compassionate sorrow. I hope things will turn out differently next time. There is no need for pity. Our ancient kind is blessed with great longevity. We gain a deeper understanding of the world than other races, and we learn our lessons better than anyone. That goes for learning from our mistakes as well. I survived, which means I will be more prepared the next time we meet. Can I aid your hunt? I thank you, but this is my mission, and I'm used to facing all manners of terrors on my own. I do appreciate your willingness to help. If you happen to meet Camellia, take caution. She has turned many innocent souls to the path of evil, and darkness has rewarded her with many gifts. Her appearance alone will tell you that. It is warped. The agate skin, the malicious stare of her blood-red eyes, the bestial teeth. She is more monster than elf at this point. What does this Camellia look like again? Knowledge of the world? Damn. Her skin is dark, her hair preternaturally white. Her red eyes can see perfectly in the dark. Which, to my dismay, I've come to know from experience. But bright light causes her kind pain. I use an alchemical powder that explodes in a dazzling flash. She's a drow? Do drow exist in Pathfinder? Okay. What's in the basement? Guards and Delvin. Surrender thy soul to... Whoa. What the hell? Got you again. How many times is that today? What the hell? Easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. What's going on here? I'm gonna take this loot. Hold on. Oh! My armor. Crypt Raider's armor. I didn't even notice that. +2 insight bonus to AC against undead specifically. Okay. And then a light hammer. Oh, it has finesse wielding. Okay.
Hey, Chief. Hey, Dreamboat, come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
Woljif. The young tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the tiefling sits up and beckons you over.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out!
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Your shadow, what was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Who are you?
Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
The tiefling rattles his chains and gives you a meaningful look. What do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations? No problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
Some sort of shadow rogue caster?
What a load of guff! If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky
reasonable.
day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
I'm interested. How can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor.
I'm familiar.
You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
I'll talk to her.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
But why are you in chains?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
Uh-huh.
He was caught thieving.
We'll talk later. Okay. Oh, Rouge.
Keep your calm.
Some more stuff to sell. Outside. What's this? I heard something. What the hell? What was that? There it is again. Oh. Hold on. I'm not entirely sure. Why does it keep making that sound? Huh.
There are many roads to success.
I don't know. I don't know what that is all about. What up, Lan? Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come and see what strange beasts you've taken into your party. I'd like to know more about you. Can you wear a hat with your one horn, am I right? Mongrels have short lifespans, but you don't look like you're getting old or dying. How old are you? I'm as old as I look, no surprises there. But remember Saul? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior, and day by day I watched him turn into an old man. Him and my father. It happens very quickly. First you miss a shot because you don't see the target as clearly as you used to. You think it's because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself it'll get better tomorrow. Then you notice you're having trouble breathing. That climbing is harder than before. Lon clenches it and unclenches his human fist. Your fingers stop bending. You have to tie your sword to your hand. You can't even put on your greaves without help. When you're washing your face in a stream, sometimes you catch sight of a gray-haired, wrinkled old man you don't recognize. And this goes on until one day, you come across a cave beast and you realize you cannot run it. My dad kept diaries, marking all the signs, and I saw it too. The last year, I had to help him get out of bed, help him dress, remind him to eat. Sometimes he forgot my name. I told him that we should have stayed on the surface, and he joked that dodging a goddess was behavior unworthy of a crusader. He meant Pharasma. Every morning, I wake up and check how I feel, but there are no signs yet. Even so, I know I don't have much time. I need to do something useful before I forget why I came here. So what's up with Windowag? What's your connection? My connection to Windowag? I mean, where do I start? We grew up together, trained together. She was the chief's daughter. She was groomed to be the best all her life, and then I came along. We were rivals, but we dragged each other out of tight spots, too. I've always been drawn to grand, heroic gestures, sometimes idiotic ones, whereas Windu liked to roam unexplored passages, finding new caves and making maps. She wanted to be a great huntress, the one who'd make it through the shield maze, but instead, it'd be better if she just died. The death of a friend is painful, but watching a friend become a shadow of their former self is unbearable. Yeah, but it's not like you're a little more than just friend. Wow, you really don't pull your punches, do you? Whew. There was a time when I asked myself the same question. Windowag knew me better than anyone. She understood me better than anyone. She was the first girl I ever... But we never loved each other. Maybe I could have grown to love her, but it always seemed like she never understood what love was. Maybe she just wasn't capable of those kinds of feelings. Damn, she doesn't think she's a shadow of her former self. Of course, she thinks she did everything right, because the second she starts to doubt herself, she'll have to face the truth, to admit that she's just a cannibal that demons use as they wish. She wants to get stronger and stronger, but for what? I'll never understand what drives her. Well, thank you. So, can you wear a hat with your one horn? Sure I can, but certain designs don't suit me too well. Oh, speaks in a deadly serious voice? Damn, okay. Alright, well. Thank you. I'll come back. Who is this? Indara. An imposing young Oriad is surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging on to her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Gistka legionnaires from the last war and the crusaders. The perfection of form and spirit they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of a well-balanced war machine, not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now tell me again why I am supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults, where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless, heroic sacrifice. Some of the crusaders grumble unhappily, but it is clear that they are captivated by the woman's words. The only exception is the scraggly and disheveled halfling monk whose puffy black eye gives him away as a brawler and a troublemaker. He enthusiastically pushes forward and tries to engage, but one of his friends swiftly jabs him in the back with an elbow, making the poor fellow pause to catch his breath. I'm going to quietly listen. One of the crusaders angrily curls his fist tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. If those gists of yours, or whatever, had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? The soldier's stern facade cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and piqued interest. The woman chuckles before cutting off her interlocutor? I don't know what that word is. I would love to see you storm a 60-foot-tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. I'll have you know, these fortifications were defended by Gistkan priest craftsmen, armed with demon-bound war machines. What? They used the enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her hair with pointed nonchalance. Her voice takes on a lecturer's tone. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom, which is our world. Okay. The woman looks at you and flashes an amused smile. The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any question? Attack! Who are you? I am Indara, a warrior, magus, and scholar of classical warfare from Garund. I admit that I am mildly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar to you, but I am willing to accept this is due to Avistan's isolation from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. Jesus. So why did you come here? To witness a legendary war. The confrontation between denizens of a plane famous for its love of violence and the crusaders from every continent, united by a common goal of defending their home. An epic struggle of colossal proportions. That hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. The monk with a black eye grins and mutters under his breath. Maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding among us and takes a walk outside. The woman smirks contemptuously. She does not deem the monk's words worthy of comment. Looks like you know more about warfare than any of us. Oh? Am I hearing things, or did someone finally acknowledge my competence in the art of warfare? Perhaps there is a sufficiently open-minded person among the Crusaders after all. I find myself pleasantly surprised. Why don't you join the Crusaders? Show them how fighting should be done. No. I am a historian, an analyst, a theorist. Do you know what these three words have in common? They describe a mortal woman who does not participate in the conflict upon which her thesis would be founded. But then again, I will hardly be able to describe this mess as anything other than a feeble likeness of the last war of Gistka. Jesus. The more dangerous the upcoming scuffle is, the more motivated we are to find a clever and pretty words to justify not actually doing the fighting. You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. A debate? Oh, I'll be happy to prove that the current conflict can't hold a candle to the last war of Gistka. Very well. The last war of Gistka was waged using a significantly greater number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. Compared to the Gistka, we are but stone club-wielding kobolds. I would like to conclude my thesis with a few words of wise counsel from Dagon, an advisor to the Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues. I doubt you will comprehend the true genius of his statement, but here it is nevertheless. A gadfly sees the ox. The ox pays no heed to the gadfly, but crimson fever takes them both. Well, let me tell you what. I know a little bit of diplomacy. The events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you failed to grasp. Please, please, please. Fuck. Said he, standing in the middle of a dingy tavern. Fuck. One mustn't overestimate the importance of current events for world history. Should Kenabras fall, it will become yet another page in the chronicles of the world-wound conflict. Should it endure, it will be fortunate to earn any mention at all. Let's try the principles of war are always the same. Weapons, causes, and resources may change, but the foundations remain immutable. Come on, Sela! Hey! Each eyes display frustration as she hears the audience, clearly impressed by your argument, murmuring approval. There is logic in your words, I give you that. Yes, the concept of war does not change, but the degree of sophistication and the methods that we use to destroy our foes. The woman stops, realizing her words, no matter how ostentatious she makes them, no longer have the power to captivate the audience. Haha! Sela! She offers a pretentious dismissal. As a scholar, I cannot deny that there are certain truths beneath your skeptical statements. History is a complex discipline, rooted in fact and evidentiary base that grows ever more meager the farther the described period is from the present moment. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith, the way Crusaders embellish their tales of slaying a single Brimorak by adding a dozen Baylors, for example, I could win this debate. But I am above such things, and therefore I am forced to admit that your skepticism is not entirely without merit. Have you changed your mind? I don't see the point. You Crusaders appear to be quite confident in your skills. If nothing else, you presented your arguments to me with extreme confidence. She unbuckles her sword belt and then hands you the weapon. This is a worthy blade. It will be of use not only for the strong, but also for the wise. Okay. And this is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock. It is about time I got back to my research. The hint of a smile graces Indara's lips when she sees disappointment in the eyes of many Crusaders around her. Stay safe. Oh, come on. Dimension door, you can just walk outside? This person here. This fucking person right here dimension touring out using a fucking spell slot. I don't know. Maybe she has like a spell-like ability. I don't know. So what is this weapon? Oh, 1d6 fire damage? And finesse wielding. +1 flaming short sword. She can't use it though because it's a martial weapon. You can... But it's a finesse weapon, though. So because it's a finesse weapon, I believe your bonus is going to go way down. Or go up. I guess finesse just means you can use your dex bonus if it's higher. It doesn't force you to do it. Let me see. Doesn't show finesse winning in here, but that's what I'm assuming that means. Alright. Cool. Thank you for the free sword. That was pretty cool. Pink Eye.
Does
What up?
anyone require my counsel?
Okay, we can't talk to Pink Eye. I believe that help is already on the way. The queen will not leave us to die. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard. I guess this is just going to be the frickin' Tavern episode. With a fuzzy gray beard mumbles a prayer. He looks as tired as everyone else in the tavern, but determination is stamped upon his haggard face. What can I do for you? Gotta take a drink of water. I've been talking so much. These are very expensive. I mean, I want to keep that for just getting over, you know, damage resistance. think most of the stuff is used in like potions and stuff, so we don't want to sell that. Deal. What kind of help can I expect from you? Well, I sell scrolls. I have a lot of them. Something for every emergency. Second, while you're here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed no surprises. But you'd better not go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself. I am too old and my powers are needed here. Okay. Well, who are you? Visely Rathamus, rector of the local temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost as well. Okay. Let's see. Is there some other merchant in here, then? Oh, there's Irabeth. Sela, what up? Hey there! During the march through the dungeon, we never got the chance to exchange a proper greeting. It is high time I shake your hand. Irabeth said your friend Janelle Dory is missing. Do you know where we could look for her? Irabeth is worried about her fighters. I understand that. I wanted to look for Jaina myself, so I didn't distract you, but since you're in this too, I could use some help. Jaina and I met in Kennebrez a few days ago, and just hit it off. We went drinking together. We went to that unforgettable celebration together too, but we got separated in the crowd. So we should start looking for from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Jaina's a good fighter, even if she is green. She could have become an Eldori otherwise. I hope that means she's alright. And what about you? Where are you from? I'm a little bit from Geb, a little bit from Katapesh, but mostly from the Knights of Iomade. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belong to their ranks more than I belong to any other place. You've come to Minda by a long road, haven't you? A very long one. A traveler is expected to have amusing stories. Unfortunately, I have only 3 tales of any interest, and I'd like to save them for our next feast. Otherwise, I won't have anything to show for myself when it comes time to start bragging. And that just won't do. Especially since I'll win the night with my cautionary tale of a battle with chupacabras. I passed my arcana check. Chupacabras? Fascinating. Can't they drink the victim's blood during combat and gain strength from it? Oh, yes. And they do it very quickly. They bite one victim, suck out their blood, and then strike the next victim as quick as lightning. But now you've tricked me, and I've started telling the tale. I might as well do it properly. Picture a small town in Kadira, and down in the dungeon there's 2 murderers waiting to be executed. The gallows are already built for them. The rope's been bought. But sometimes life takes a surprising turn. Suddenly, a paladin of Iomade appears in the doorway and offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her to fight some monsters, they live. If they survive, that is. She's one of the, is she one of the murderers? Nah, no, she didn't, was she a murderer? Because she's setting this up to make it seem like she's the paladin. I'm thinking she's one of the 2 murderers. There's a big difference between imminent death and probable death with a glimmer of hope, wouldn't you say? So here we are traveling through the desert, me and my friend, the priestess of Sarenrae, along with the little ratfolk fellow who'd asked for our help, and the 2 cutthroats. Okay, never mind, I guess this is better. We get to the ratfolk village and saw their bodies lying around, all drained dry. We figured we have to fight vampires. That's how the little ratfolk described the monsters who attacked their village. That's why we went in all brazen-like. The sun was high, and the vampires couldn't attack us until dusk. But we never got a chance to look around. Black shadows, quick as the wind, attacked us from all sides. Not vampires, but chupacabras. One of the lads we puffed from the gallows got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the ratfolk, and Kyra. That was the name of the priestess. And we all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. And just when we thought the end had come, with the chupacabras surrounding me like a pack of dogs around a bear, and our ratfolk friend wounded and down, and the teeth of the quickest of those blasted monsters was clenched around Kyra's shoulder, right then, when all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. He kills the beast attacking Kyra. I'm sure you know what a turning point in a fight looks like. Well, this was it. A moment before we were lost, and a moment later we had it back under control. The chupacabras dropped dead one by one. The little ratfolk is reunited with his family, who were hiding in the basement. The priestess and I closed the eyes of that boy from the gallows who saved us. It was a shame he didn't survive the fight. May the gods keep his soul in his journey through the afterlife. Damn, he came back. And then he died. Damn. That is a good story. He could have died in disgrace on the gallows, but instead he died a hero. And I'd fancy the stunt earned him some points at his final judgment. It's smart to remember our journey doesn't end in death. Had it not been for that mercy, Milos, that was his name, would be hanging from a noose, and me, Kyra, and all the other rat folk would be dead in that village. Someone told me that a kind deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, an evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. That's what I really wanted to say. The Chupacabras were just a good starting point. Well, maybe you become a paladin. That's a cool story. Sela's gaze sharpens momentarily, then she sighs. That's a serious question, and a good one. You ask it of your companions. Or you should ask it of your companions. But it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago, I was nothing like the person I am now. I roamed the streets of Solku with the other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought, I was a hired sword for a bit. Not the proper origin for a paladin, is it? Back then, Solku was a city of orphans, widows, and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among their victims. People there heard about new deaths before they'd finished mourning their previous losses. Excuse me. One day, a group of knights from Iomade brought a glimmer of hope to the city. But while others saw them as saviors and protectors, I was busy pricing up the noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering just how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. A thief lives one day at a time, that's what they say. I was the type that never thought past the next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of their mithril helms. Sela pauses, her voice sad and measured. And I was right there when a gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Asimi was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. A gnoll like all others, she'd fearlessly driven from the gates of Solku. That one blow was fatal. But who really was the blame for her death? The gnoll attacker or the young thief named Sela? The gnoll attacker, 100%. The gnoll attacker's the one who killed her. Like, 110%. Life is cruel and full of chaos. Sometimes survival just comes down to luck. So that's how you see it. Sela looks at you with curiosity, but no hostility. I can't accept that point of view. If the story of my youth taught me anything, it's that we're all accountable for our actions. It's too easy to wave off responsibility if you use the cruelty of life as an excuse. But you were asking what brought me into the ranks of Iomede's warriors. We all chose the paladin's path for our own reasons. Some are guided by nobility of spirit, some by a desire to fight injustice. I became who I am through penance and a debt unpaid. The day Asami died, protecting my city, I wanted to kill myself for the terrible guilt I felt, but then I realized it wouldn't make the world any better, and I decided that instead I'd try to take her place. I'd become who she had been, and protect the innocence that she would no longer be able to protect. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I mean, I'm sure she's looking for something more. We'll talk more about to her later. She smiles. See you. Who is Hillor? A tall, athletic man greets you. His hair is prematurely gray. This is such a small room, and yet we've been here for an hour. It's prematurely gray and shorn close to his head in a military style. He is lean and well-groomed, and a monocle twinkles coldly in his eye. The bold set of his jaw and his large but agile frame attests that there is a man who is always ready to be on the move. Greetings, I am Hillor, venture captain of the Pathfinder Society. I am the superior officer among Pathfinders in this region of Mindev. However, the Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there are almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I've had to work alone without the support of the Society. But I've made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. So this is the person who sells his people. Okay, I'm assuming they cost a lot of money. 4,500. Okay. Okay. What about training? I would get a great mentor from Absalom. For the first few times, he'll train your fighters free of charge. Select a character to retrain. Oh, no. Okay. So this is the guy we hire mercenaries from for a shitload of money. Irabeth. Irabeth rubs her red and tired eyes. Any success? How's the city? Well, there's a tiefling chained up in Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Wolsjif is a petty thief from a gang of tieflings operating in Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Heart, but that's hardly a prison. Wolsjif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? Irabeth squints at you thoughtfully, then shrugs. If you want to recruit Wolsjif and put him to good use, go ahead. Take him off our guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful, should you decide to take him along. Okay, I'm going to talk to you later because I've been talking for an hour. Let's go get the thiefling.
I will guide.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
I talked to Irabeth, and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
Ah, you must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin, get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Wolsjif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Wolsjif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
Oh boy. I rescued you, and in return, you need me to do you a favor. When I've already done you a favor by getting you out of here. Start to a great friendship. Let's see, are you in this party? Okay. So you're level 3. You are a Eldritch Scoundrel. Of course you are. Students of arcane magic, legerdemain, and stealth, Eldritch Scoundrels are a rare breed of adventurer most commonly found seeking lost and valuable arcane writings in the ruins of fallen empires. Comes with a couple scrolls of magic missile, ear-piercing scream, mage armor. Can you not wear armor? Oh boy. You know, cantrips, you have sneak attack. Let's see. Proficient with all simple weapons, plus the hand crossbow, rapier, short sword, and short bow. An Eldritch Scoundrel is not proficient with any armor or shields. Armor sometimes interferes with the Eldritch Scoundrel's gestures, which can cause her spells or somatic components to fail. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to be able to wear any armor with you. You have evasion, finesse training dagger. Okay, so we probably want you to use daggers. Dangerous hits, +1 bonus on reflex saves to avoid traps, and +1 bonus to AC against attacks made by traps. When making a sneak attack against a creature that has damage reduction, the character's attack reduces that damage reduction by for 2 rounds by an amount equal to the character's level. I don't even know what that is. Deactivated, deactivated, deactivated. Okay, that's kind of weird. Weapon finesse. Alright. Simple weapon proficiency. You can scribe scrolls. Your offhand weapon while dual-wielding strikes with greater power. Add your strength bonus to damage rolls made with your offhand weapon. You normally only add half your strength. He has no strength. So, 2-weapon fighting allows you to fight with less penalties since you're using both hands. Double slice. What a weird feat to give a character who has 0. Yeah, that's very weird, actually. Alright. It's fine, though. Traits. Cold, electric, fire, resistance. And then what are your spells? Let's see. You know the cantrips? You know color spray. I guess you know all these. This is what you have learned right now. Grease, or memorized. Grease is not too bad. Mage armor. Yeah. Burning hands. Okay. Alright, well, friends, that's going to do it for this episode. So hope you all enjoyed. And I'll be back again in the next episode where we actually get to leave this tavern. So until then, everybody, take care.